The final part I want to talk about the evidence in the trial that was used against Rose West and is to do with Charmaine West, and it's to do with her school dates. When a child attends school, they, as we all know, they're marked on a register, and that register is kept. It is a important document, and it has to be kept. There isn't a date that anybody says about when she was last marked as present. What there is references in the book written by the senior investigating officer, John Bennett, and he says a few things. Firstly, he says that the last date of term for that year in 1971 was the 31st of July. He mentions the school record, which has an entry in it that says "Moved to London," and that is dated the 21st of July. And he doesn't know who gave that, but it is also in footage that you can see online of a documentary maker who filmed the book. So that's right. He says that he knows that Charmaine wasn't in school before that date of the 21st of July for some time. But I wanted to know how long some time was, so I decided to do my own digging. I learnt that Gloucestershire is an umbrella council for 6 neighbouring boroughs. Them 6 neighbouring boroughs and Gloucestershire share the same term dates for schools. Unfortunately, you can't get hold of the 1970s Gloucestershire local paper archives online like you can with the rest of them. So I was looking at local areas and seeing if I could find any reference to the last day of term. And I did, and it all seemed to point towards the 23rd of July. But I wasn't satisfied with that, so I decided to book into the Gloucestershire archives, and I spent the day scouring the microfilm for any information I could find about the last day of term in 1971. And I did find that there was a lovely photograph of Charmaine West School, St James, and it was the end of school disco, and that was on the 21st of July. Any other references I could find was that in Gloucestershire, other schools, their last day of term was 23rd of July. So this lines up because the 31st of July, as is in the book by John Bennett, well, the 31st of July was a Saturday. But it is confirmed through what I've seen that the last day of term was the 23rd of July. So I suppose my question here is, where is the attendance register for St James's Primary School for that year? Surely this would just clear it up. So rather than some time, they would know exactly when she was last marked as present. And more importantly, this could then pinpoint if that date was before or after when Fred West was released from prison on the 24th of June. Another of the detectives from the investigation was on another documentary, and he says in that documentary that the police did see the attendance register. He doesn't mention a date though either, so it's still nowhere, and I'm not sure if it was said in the trial. I can't find any reference to it, but if the police saw the last date that Charmaine attended school was marked present, like we've seen with the Move to London record, because that's available, what is the date that she last attended school? I have written to the archives. I've written to, I think it was the archives, or it might have been the council, because I was trying to find out if they had record for the last date, but they said that they don't have hold of it. Where this information differs is that I don't really know what was said in the trial regarding the date. I know that the other dates, to do with the tooth eruption, to do with when Fred was in prison, to do with when Shirley Giles visited, they seem to be the more important dates. But I actually think the most important date is, when was Charmaine West last marked present in school? And if anybody went to the school disco in 1971 at St James's Primary School, do you remember it? If you do, drop me a comment.